welcome to pages 3 and 4 of the mid-unit assessment for number 4. Unit 4, I should say. All right, so let's begin that. So here we're on question 6. So it says decide if each comparison is true. Choose true or false. So we got to go through each and every single one of these to decide whether or not they're true. So I started here on the side, and I'm going to be using, again, the whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the top kind of rule to help us determine these. So it says 3/8 is greater than 1/4. So if we start with 1/4, and we got to figure out, okay, how many eighths that is. Well, I know that 4 times 2 is 8, right? So whatever we do to the bottom, we got to do to the top. So 1 times 2 is 2. So 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. So if I look back, all right, so it's saying 3/8 is greater than 1/4. Well, that is true because 1/4 is equal to 2/8. So yeah, 3/8 would be greater than 1/4. Now for this one, I didn't even need to use the whatever you do to the bottom kind of rule because my numerators are already the same. I didn't need to make them the same. So we have a pizza, let's say, that's cut into 6 pieces. And this pizza is cut into 12 pieces, right? So if we have 5 of those slices or pieces out of 6, those pieces are bigger than the pizza that's cut into 12, right? So 5/6 is more, it's almost a whole, right? It's 1/6 away from being a whole pizza, whereas this is actually a little less than half, because I know that 6/12 is half. So again, you could use benchmarks too. I'm thinking about that as I speak to you right now, right? This is close to a whole, and this one is close to a half. So this is false. Okay, because this one, again, closer to half. This one's, closer to whole, and this is closer to a half. All right, so this is false. 6/10 is equal to 3/5. Well, let's find out. So 3/5, again, 5 times 2. Will get us tenths. So whatever we do to the bottom, we got to do to the top. 3 times 2 is 6. Well, there we go. 3/5 is equal to 6/10. So that is true. All right, 3/4 is less than 7/8. Well, again, let's find out. So I am going to take 3/4 and I'm going to turn it into eighths. We're going to use a common denominator. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. So 3/4 is equal to 6/8. So 3/4, if I was to say is 6/8, let's go ahead and cross this out and call it 6/8. 6/8 is less than 7/8. Well, that is true. All right, last one. 7/12 is greater than 2/3. Again, well, let's find out. 3 times 4, I'm going to use common denominator, is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. So now, again, 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12. So I can just cross this out and call this 8/12. Well, 7/12 is greater than 8/12. Well, that is false. So there you have it. All right, let's talk about number 7. So Megan has 5/6 of a yard of lace. She cuts out 1/6 of the yard to decorate her scrapbook. Which models can be used to find the total fraction of a yard of lace that Megan has left? Choose all the correct answers. So basically we're doing 5/6 take away 1/6. All right, so again, it's one of those choose alls, so we have to go through the whole every answer and find out which one is correct. Let's look at A. So first of all, I have a piece that's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths. Not 6. So actually what this is 5/5, which is a whole, take away 1. So this is not correct because it's not even 6. It's only fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is not an option. So here we have 6. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's cut into 6 equal parts. So we have 6/6. And there we go. We have 5/6 that is shaded. And then 1 that's crossed out to take that away. So yeah, this one works. because it's 5 out of a total of 6, take away 1. Okay. Well, C looks pretty close to what B was. It's got a hole, which is 6, 6. It's got 5 shaded in, but they didn't cross anything out. They didn't take anything away. So this is just showing 5, 6. It's not taking away anything. So this is not true because, again, it just shows 5, 6. So we didn't do this one too much in class, but I want to talk about it. So again, we're trying to show 5, 6, take away 1, 6. Well, if you look at D, we made a jump of 5, 6 all the way here. And then we went backwards 1, 4, 4, 6. So I would say this represents 5, 6, take away 1, 6, and leaves us with 4, 6. So yeah, this one is representing 5, 6, take away 1, 6. And lastly, let's look at D. I'm sorry, E. We're making a jump of 5, 6, but then look, we're adding another 6 to get a hole, to get 6, 6. So this is 5, 6 plus 1, 6. So this one, not an option. So the only two that should be circled are B and D. Okay, let's go to the back. So Felicia rides her bike 5/12 of a mile to the park and 2/3 of a mile to the library. Which statement correctly describes a way to compare 5/12 and 2/3? So we're just basically comparing these two fractions, 5/12 and 2/3. So to do this, I drew some number lines to help you kind of visualize that. So again, which statement correctly describes the way to compare? So we are only looking for one answer here because it doesn't see a choose all. It's just asking for which one. So it says, let's go through A, it says 5 is greater than 2. So 5/12 is greater than 2/3. Well, first of all, this is not an option because we're not even comparing whole miles. And over here, we're just comparing 5/12 and 2/3. So we're not even comparing 5 holes and 2 holes. So that is eliminated. Let's talk about B. 2/3 is equal to 8/12. So 5/12 is less than 2/3. So let's look. So 2/3 on my number line. Again, here we have 2/3. And yeah, that does equal 8/12. Because again, if we did equivalent fractions, 2/3 times 4 is 12, and then times 4 is 8, right? So 8/12 is equal to 2/3. So yeah, they do line up on my number line. Okay, so that part is true, right? So we got 2/3 and 8/12. So 5/12 is less than 2/3. So if I look at my number line, well, yeah. So here is where 8/12 is. 5/12 would be over here, which is the distance she rides her bike to the park. And here's where she goes to the library. So yeah, this is where she goes to the library, and this is to the park. Yeah, so since these are equivalent, and 2/3 is less than is greater than 5/12. Yeah, so B works out. Okay, so I'm not going to spend the time talking about C and D, but yeah, we can eliminate those. You know, when it comes to your test, I mean, you're going to want to go through and test each of these out. But yeah, I did some math. I did some equivalent some common denominators to figure out, 2/3 is equal to 8/12. All right, let's talk about number 9. Fill in the missing numbers to find an equivalent to 2/5. So again, 2/5 equals, so what we're doing is we're going to go multiply the top by 2. So 2/5 is, so 2 times 2 is 4. Whatever you do to the bottom, you got to do to the, or whatever you do to the top, you got to do to the bottom. So 5 times 2 is 10. All right, so 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. Okay, number 10. Draw and label a model to find the value of 3/8 plus 2/8. So I went ahead and did a area model with eighths. And you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So this is a bar split into eighths. So I'm going to color in 3/8 with one color. I'll use my red pen. 1, 2, 3. That's 3/8. I'm going to do 2 more eighths in my different color. 1, 2. And that gives me the answer of 5/8, right? 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So, good solution down at the bottom here is the equation, I should say, is 3/8 plus 2/8 equals 5/8. Okay, we're going to do the last page on a separate video, so go ahead and find that last video and we'll finish this up.